Are you a one-person business ready to start hiring employees? I've got some important tips that you may want to consider adding to your to-do list before you hire that first employee. Let's get into it. I'm going to start out by talking about employment attorneys, bookkeepers, and accountants. These are all super important people to add to your team. Why? And before I even get into the why, there are a lot of people who are going to say, Nina, I can't afford to hire an employment attorney. I can't afford to hire a business attorney. Well, the idea, and this is my recommendation, the idea is to talk to a couple of them. Talk to a business attorney. Talk to an employment attorney. Keep their information on file so when you do need them, you're not over here, oh my goodness, who do I call? How do I find a business attorney? Well, you already have one. So it's a good idea to just consult with one, pay their fee, an hour worth of consulting, and talk to them to see what other additional advice, information, and tips that they can provide you. And it also builds that relationship. Accountants, also very important, and I recommend doing the same thing. Talk to some accountants. Talk to other people who use accountants. Maybe they can give you a good recommendation. Make an appointment and just discuss what it is you're trying to do and get some feedback and build a relationship. Bookkeepers, find yourself a good bookkeeper. I have to admit that is the one question I'm asked a lot. Nina, do you know any good bookkeepers that I can hire? And I only know a couple. So it's to your best interest to find a bookkeeper, even one that is willing to work part-time, and that way your books are on point and they're kept up to date. Of course, a business operations consultant, and consultants like myself, we love to talk. Give us a call and we can help point you in the right direction. And that's what this video is doing. So if you were to call me now and say, Nina, I'd like to keep you on retainer as a business consultant, or Nina, I would like to keep you in my file as part of my overall team as a business consultant, this is the information I would be providing for you. Keep some step-by-step written processes on file for those important tasks that you will need to perform for your business on a regular basis. And here's a perfect example. If you do not have a bookkeeper, you need to understand how to at least write a check in QuickBooks, Peachtree, or whatever the software is you decide to use for your accounting. You're going to need to know how to pull a profit and loss statement. These are all tasks that you can write down step by step, keep it in a binder, and these will be business processes that you can access right away when you need information. Ensure all the important accounts that your company requires to do business are owned by you or owned by your company. Now, when you hire new employees, it is up to you to assign them a sub-account. Do not give them your username and passwords, because what you're doing, you are giving away your business property, and then we have something called an employee hostage situation, especially if the employee, if the employee is controlling or manipulative. And before you say that can't happen, I've dealt with 3 employee hostage situations where we've had to unravel the employee taking over ownership of the intellectual property of the business. So please keep that in mind. Any account you have, QuickBooks, Asana, YouTube, all of these accounts, you are able, especially bank accounts, you are able to assign a sub-account to anyone who you hire, subcontractor or employee. Take the time to do this. It will give you It will give you peace of mind, number one, and save you a lot of headache. Let's talk about budgets for a bit. Now, you're starting out, you're a one-person company and you're ready to scale up. So before you start scaling up and adding employees, take a look at your budget and see how much money you have for an annual salary for another employee. How much money do you have for office rent and office expenses? Because those are going to go up when you hire someone. Instead of one person needing a piece of paper, you're going to now have two people needing paper. You're going to have two people using ink pens and another computer and things like that. Also, when you create your budget, please add in a little bit of savings for a rainy day fund. Look at what's happening now with COVID-19. Businesses are shut down, they're having to get loans, and it would be great if your company started out with a budget that incorporated some sort of savings. If there's a financial problem, you've got a plan B. Write down your employment policies in advance before you hire your first employee. In addition, consider writing down a complete job description. Make sure your job description is detailed, is written out, and it will also help when you place your ad looking for that employee. It also helps the job applicant to understand what tasks they are expected to perform. Business location. At some point, you're going to hire employees, you're going to expand, you're going to want to move into a larger location. Might I suggest moving to a location that is best for your clients and customers? It would be great to have an office around the corner from your house, but if your clients and customers are in downtown Houston, that might not be the best place to move. What are you going to do about payroll? How are you going to handle that? There's all kinds of services out there that offer electronic payroll. How are you going to pay your payroll taxes? How are you going to file those taxes? There are a lot of all-in-one services that offer payroll and payroll tax filings, and they also pay your payroll taxes. So ensure you do research on these types of services. And as you're starting out in business, you may want to consider getting those basic services only as opposed to all of the other services these companies offer. This video can go on and on and on. These are just some of the tips that I would advise any one-person business who's about to scale up and add employees. Use the information in this video as a guide to help your company scale up from 1 to 1,000 employees. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.